So
if you are Black and you speak your piece on what we're seeing in the media, if you don't like seeing the low morality that is often portrayed about the Black community in the media, from the trap music to the Black women twerking in music videos and all over social media, the Sukihanas and the Sexy Reds of the world. If you are Black and you take issue with it and you talk about it, you are usually called bourgeois, sadidi, uppity, it's respectability politics, you're policing Black bodies and the like. And it's like, no, I'm Black too. And as such, this being my ethnic culture as well, I have a right to have something to say about what I'm seeing going on.
this is Malik Hajji with the Black Nationals Network. I just wanted to take a minute to discuss what is today's Negro in 2025 coming up. 2025, what is today's Negro? Who are they? Number one, how do we define a Negro, or how you Black? Are you biracial, colored? We got all these different names, African American. They've chopped us up in all these different pieces to where we're not even together anymore. You know, I'm colored, I'm biracial. It's like, which side of the fence are you on?
And she was always of Indian heritage, and she was only promoting Indian heritage. I didn't know she was Black until a number of years ago when she happened to turn Black, and now she wants to be known as Black. So I don't know, is she Indian or is she Black?
She is always identified as a Black woman. She went to a historically Black college.
I respect either one, but she obviously doesn't, because she was Indian all the way, and then all of a sudden she made a turn and she became a Black person.
Just to be clear, sir, do
And
you believe that she is...
I think somebody should look into that too when you continue in a very hostile, nasty tone.
So the capitalist system has done a very good job of dividing and conquering the Negro, Black, so-called Negro. Malcolm addressed this back in the day.
My brothers and sisters, we have to put a stop to this. And it will never be stopped until we stop it ourselves. They attacked the victim. And then the criminal who attacked the victim accuses the victim of attacking him. This is American justice. This is American democracy. And those of you who are familiar with it know that in America, democracy is hypocrisy. Now, if I'm wrong, put me in jail. But if you can't prove that a democracy is not hypocrisy, then don't put your hands on me.
They had both different ways of approaching it. Whether you be for Malcolm or Martin, it matters not. The bottom line is they were all working toward the same goal. And that might be the problem today. We let other cultures divide us over other things like religion and education, etc., income. While when somebody sees you on the street, they don't see income, they don't see anything. They just see your color of your skin or the lack thereof. And that's what they judge you by. So we need to stop the standard of, not agreeing with each other. We come from all different cultures and colors, and we're not a monolith as a Black people. But we need to redefine in 2025 what Black is and who Black is and where Black is going. We have no real leadership to tell us. If you could call the leadership we have is in the political realm, actually are doing pretty well. But are they really helping us? It's getting better. But in this new 2025, if you don't define who you are and what you want, you're never going to get it. One thing as a Black nationalist I want is reparations.
250 years of slavery, decades of Jim Crow, housing discrimination, and other forms of systemic racism. All of that has led to this, a shocking wealth gap between Black and white households in the United States. An average gap of $850,000 that, some experts believe, can be solved by something long overdue.
We need reparations. We're still being exploited. We're still being used for entertainment and sports. It's all us. Go look at the Olympics and you'll see. Black people are the ones who are contributing the most to America. Why wouldn't we get reparations instead of just a 10% profiting and that one or two getting through the cracks? We all need to come together, but we need something just for us. So Kamala's bringing joy, I think they're talking about, and justice. But we've seen this story before play out with Obama, with hope and change, right? I'm not sure if this is going to turn out as good for black people, but we're going to focus on defining who we are, and we're going to join together. I'm hoping that you can join the Black Nationals Network and join with us as one coalition of people that can fight for the race, all races, because the justice for one is justice for all. Civil rights helped everybody. So we're just talking about in this new era, since the Trump bubble is looking like it may pop and dissipate, we finally can get to something that's going to help us as a people and restructure, rebuild from what we went through in the crack era, in the Reaganomics era. It killed off our culture. Once again, we had another crash. The real estate that affected black people during Obama.
And she was always of Indian heritage, and she was only promoting Indian heritage. I didn't know she was black until a number of years ago when she happened to turn black, and now she wants to be known as black. So I don't know, is she Indian or is she black?
She is always identified as a black woman. She went to a historically black college.
I respect either one, but she obviously doesn't, because she was Indian all the way, and then all of a sudden she made a turn and she became a black person.
Just to be clear, sir, do
and
you believe that
I think somebody should look into that too when you continue in a very hostile, nasty tone.
It's a direct question, sir. Do you believe that Vice President Kamala Harris is a DEI hire, as some Republicans
I really don't
have
know.
said?
I mean, I really don't know. Could be.
It's time for the brothers to show accountability, because without the man, that you don't have a culture at all. So we need to start calling out these men to be responsible. Hats off to the Dr. Cheyenne and Cam Newton and Dr. Cheyenne had a discussion, and that's the first time I've seen anybody hold any man accountable. He's having 8 different kids and all this. She brought up some very crucial points that we need to start calling these brothers out on and holding them accountable. Yeah, you can be a high-value man, but you still got to treat your woman right. So, Black National Network is going to redefine our culture and help us to redefine our culture and our agenda and our goals going from 2025 on.
I want to put that narrative out there.
Yeah.
My personal preference is I would not choose to date a man with kids.
Okay.
Yes.
So you're dating a man with kids. Just a scenario.
Oh, okay, got it. Yes.
You're dating a man with kids.
Yes.
So you've identified that that's a broken home from the jump. With your verbiage of blended family means broken.
I've identified that I'm dating a broken man who is creating who he is, because we could teach what we know, we create who we are. And so broken people create brokenness, whether it's through a child, whether it's through a relationship, whether it's through themselves. It doesn't have to be a beautiful baby, but you're creating brokenness. And broken people can come from married households. I'm not saying that a 2-parent household can't create the result of a child who then has brokenness and creates broken blended families everywhere. I'm not negating that.
That's not my point.
No, I know, I'm making that point. But yes.
But my point.
My answer is I not only identify that those homes are houses without a home because he's not in them,
Yeah.
but also that he's a broken man.
But you're going to be with a broken man.
No, I won't. I just said I wouldn't be with a man. I wouldn't be with a broken man who has multiple kids. I would
No, not multiple. I'm
well,
talking,
a kid. It doesn't matter.
So you're not going to date a man with children.
No, but let me clear this up, because you said I won't date a broken man. That's not what I said.
No, I said, are you, listen to what I'm saying.
I heard you. Let me answer it. Hold on. We all have a level of brokenness. So will I date a broken man? Yes. Am I going to date a certain type of brokenness? No.
Of course you're not.
And that type of brokenness is a man who has kids outside of me isn't something that's conducive for what I want. forever.
But will you date him?
No.
So that goes to my point. I'm trying to ask a question. You have two different men right here. One man who has...
I will not date a man with kids.
Okay.
And I don't care if you claim it's respectability politics. I guess so. So be it. Because this is gross. It's getting really gross out here how blatantly disrespectful and low class we're acting on social media and in the media, on the internet, on TV. And you can claim that this is someone else's set of moral standards, but no, it isn't. It isn't. Look at Black America in the 50s, in the 60s. Our moral standards back then, drastically different from what we have today, or what we're convincing ourselves is a moral standard today. Every racial group on the face of the planet has their own ghetto subculture within their respective racial and ethnic groups. This is the case for everybody, everywhere. White people, Asian people, Mexican people, you name it. The difference is that those racial groups and those ethnic groups do not allow their ghetto subculture to co-opt the entire culture as a whole and to represent the entire culture as a whole. They don't allow it. Everybody else within that respective ethnic group or cultural group or racial group has a right to say how they want to see themselves represented in the media, what they want to see and what they don't want to see, who gets to speak for them and who does not. Except for when you're a Black American and you have something to say about the way that you see Black Americans being portrayed in the media and you have a critique for your peers. You can't do it because it's respectability politics if you attempt to do it. Or you're judging your peers by a set of moral standards that somebody else created, which is a farce.
In 2025, this nation is a sleeping giant. All this black nation. We got 40 million black people. We don't need all of y'all. We just want the ones, like Bible says, we just want the 10%. We'll be good, and we can make this happen and start another civil rights revolution. So while you're sleeping and thinking, not thinking, guess what? We have less rights than our parents did in '68 when they passed all the civil rights legislation. They've turned their hands back on us. And it's our fault if we let them continue to turn their hands back. They're doing it on abortion rights. They're turning back everything. So either we're going to fight or we're going to lose. Because we're already losing. What else we got to lose, huh? Except for our chains, as they say. So it doesn't matter, according to this Confucius, it doesn't matter how slowly you go, as long as you don't stop. We've been on this road for over 400 years. I'm not stopping, because every time I look at my black brothers and sisters, I know we could do better and be better for each other. This is Malik Hajji. Let's do this.